Hello, and welcome to EDC ESE 250. Welcome to Introduction to Education. I am your instructor, and I wanted to give you a little feedback. I know it looks like I'm not looking at the camera, but I don't know where it is. Okay. First off, I want to give you some housekeeping things. I'm sure you've heard that the teacher education programs are moving to Desert Vista campus, and that move is happening next week. Friday is the official move day. However, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, so it'll be kind of a week-long process. There are going to be some bumps and some hiccups, and I just wanted to make sure that you were completely aware of that and understood that moving an entire program to another campus is a big deal, and phone numbers change, and it could get a little hairy for a short time. As I posted in the course, I'm going up to visit my daughter who's receiving medical care in Prescott, so I'm leaving very early Saturday morning. I'm going to be home very late Sunday evening. I don't want you sitting at home panicking and me not responding to an email. So you have my cell phone number. It's posted on the course homepage in the announcements. Call me if you have to. That's why it's there. So if you don't call and you have an urgent issue, yeah, it's on you. Okay. If I can't answer, I won't, and I'll call you back. I have 5 classes and about 150 students, so please give me a little background on what class and who you are. I have 3 sections of EDC, ESE 250, and about 100 students, so just to let you know. I posted a new link for the DL library to purchase, and some of you it's worked, some of you haven't. I've been again exchanged some emails with, I'm going to check and see if I got any new ones. I haven't. I want to check and see if I'd heard anything back from Pearson. Should work. So some people it's worked for. Try a different browser perhaps. It's always a good idea. Let's see, what else? Discussions marked red. A lot of people have had questions about that. So let me explain the deal. In discussion setup, there is no box to check that says marked red. Okay, so you kind of have to tinker around with it and find one that you like to display, and also when you go in and read a discussion and you close it, is it marked red? If it is, you're good to go. I posted my settings in the announcements on the course homepages, so you can copy those mark them as red if you want. I also posted a link to the in-test standards and a link to purchase the guide. The guide is also, I'm talking about the Standards Continuum Guide for Reflective Teaching Practice. It is also available for purchase at the DV bookstore, but for those of you that are out of area or don't feel like driving down to the DV bookstore, it is available online to purchase for $12 from the Arizona K-12 Center. I posted that link as well. Now, as typically happens in the first weeks, a lot of people don't seem to get the curriculum guide or the continuum guide in enough time, so I've extended the due date a week on Module 1, Assignment 1. If you have it, please do it on time, turn it in on time so I can get that process, get a lot of grading. If you need the extension, I know we do have a student in Europe, has to order it obviously, some of you are out of the area, so use it if you need it and don't if you don't. After the move, I'd like to set up a class meeting if there's interest one evening. I'll post something in the Cyber Cafe sometime in the very near future where you can express your interest if you're interested in class meeting, where we can talk about anything needed. We can talk about course stuff, we can talk about education in general, we can talk about classroom management, we can talk about, you know, if you're an intern student and you're in the classroom right now, we can talk about some of those issues. We can talk about program issues, we can talk about technical issues, technological issues with D2L and whatnot. We have about 100 students in, like I said, in 250, so probably get a good group. If you're interested, let me know when I post something in the Cyber Cafe, and we'll set up a meeting time during the week. Deadlines. I'm going to talk about deadlines and APA. Deadlines, the schedule of work in the syllabus section is our contract that says when stuff's due. That's when it's due. If you don't turn it in by that date, unless there are extenuating circumstances, it's happened once or twice in my career. I'll give you an example. One time, this woman was coming back from Phoenix and had a terrible, terrible accident. Several people in her family passed away. She was hospitalized. Extenuating. It was a sad situation. But just because you're busy, we're all busy. In teaching, we're all teaching. Not all of us, but most of us. And you got life, children, and all those kinds of things. Those aren't extenuating. That's normal. So stay in touch with the schedule of work, plan accordingly, and meet the deadlines. And don't ask me for an extension. APA. We have adopted the APA format for style and documentation throughout the program, so you'll be using it throughout the program. You all have at least a bachelor's degree. I know many of you have graduate degrees. You should be familiar with style and documentation. You may not have used APA extensively in undergraduate or graduate work, but you probably did use it at some point, and you did use some kind of style and documentation, Turabian, MLA, whatever. The leap between one to another is very small, and if you go into the syllabus section under student resources, there is a link to for style and documentation, and there's some information on there, but it also includes a link to the Purdue OWL website. You can Google Purdue, as in Purdue University, OWL, and it's a good source for all things APA. I'm not looking for perfection. That would be nice, but I'm not looking for perfection initially. I'm just looking for you to indicate that you understand I'm supposed to use APA. I've looked into it. I'm trying to use it appropriately, and I'm making a real effort to make it look like APA. I've seen hybrid formats, I've seen MLA, I've seen homemade versions. Yeah, no. Follow APA, familiarize yourself with it, and fill in the gaps. And I'm not going to beat you over the head over if you're genuinely trying to implement APA and have a couple issues here and there, I'll help you. But if you're not using any style and documentation, or you're using another format, or you're making a format up, like footnotes, for example. I see footnotes occasionally. There's no such thing as footnotes in APA, so don't use footnotes. Okay, I think that is about it. You have my phone number. Oh, discussions. I do want to say something about discussions. I do not expect you to respond to every post. That's ridiculous. The rubric says a minimum of 4 responses. You're free to respond to as many as you want. I have it set up so initial posts are due every Friday, response posts are due every Sunday, because we need a few days in between for people to read, respond, that kind of thing. And then I close the discussions Sunday evening. You're required to read all the discussions, or at least 81% or more, to get full credit in that category in the rubric. But I don't grade discussions immediately Monday morning. I usually I definitely wait through Monday, but Tuesday at the earliest, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, to grade them, because let's say you go to bed on Sunday night at 9 o'clock and you've read all the discussions, and then 100 more are posted, and you wake up Monday morning and it's closed and you haven't read them. Okay, so you're not penalized for that. you have read-only access to the discussions for eternity. You just can't post after Sunday night. So, Monday, you go in there and find there's 50 I haven't read. Read them Monday, okay? And it's not burdensome. You can click through them. Some of them are not substantial, don't have a lot of information. You can click, and run through them. So I grade them. I give you plenty of time to catch up on your reading, and that's one category on the rubric. Yeah, so that's it. That's how that works. I hope that clarifies some things on the DL library. The new link should work. Getting the guide, the extension on the first assignment, discussions, marking them red, and my settings are posted, the expectations on reading, APA, deadlines, and a potential class meeting if everyone's interested. Okay, I'll check in with you again later, and have a nice weekend.